Hey there, bud. Welcome to another episode of Three Toe Customs. I'm your host with the most, Three Toe Joe. If you didn't know, well, now you know. What do we got going on today? Well, today we got a pretty exciting one because we have a new addition here to Three Toe Customs, and I cannot wait to unveil my new machine here to you guys. So if that's something that interests you, well, then follow along. Oh, and while the intro's playing, it's a great time to smash those subscribe and notification buttons if you ain't already done so. That'll really go a long way towards helping me build my channel, eh, bud?
Okay, let's do it.
All right, welcome back. So as I said, we have a new machine here at Three Toe Customs, and I cannot wait to unveil this for you. So as you all know, over the years, my main hobby has been side-by-sides, the Polaris Razor for the most part. But I do have another love in life, and that is motorcycles. Ever since I was a little kid, I have been in love with motorcycles. I've owned a couple through my life over the years. And it's just something that I really truly enjoy, being out on the open road on my motorcycle. There is really quite no feeling like it. The side-by-sides just really don't compare when it comes to that aspect. So I got me a nice little summer toy here, and I cannot wait to show it to you. So hiding behind my tarp here. If you guys are ready, we're going to do a little unveiling. Hope you're ready, because pretty excited for this one. Check that out. So pretty sweet, ain't she? Beautiful. My new pride and joy. I am very, very proud and very, very excited for this one. I never thought in my life that I would ever own a bike like this, let alone a Harley Davidson. So like I said, ever since I was a little kid, I have had a love for bikes, particularly choppers and particularly Harleys. In my life, when I was younger, I've owned a couple motorcycles over the years, old 1980s Honda Shadow style motorcycles. I just kind of really enjoy that look. So I basically woke up last weekend, decided I was going to buy myself a motorcycle, and I didn't care what it was going to take or how much I was going to have to pay to get it. And that's exactly what I did. So after searching online for a little while, basically in what my price range was, I say I wouldn't care what I had to pay for it, but obviously I have a limit. Definitely not rich by any means whatsoever. So looking around, I was just finding like Honda Shadow, stuff like that, but it was all the newer styles, the fatter bikes. I really don't like those types of bikes. And then I thought about a cousin of mine whose boyfriend got this last year. He traded it on some work. And when I seen it, I was like, man, what a nice bike. And I kind of decided, you know what, I'm going to give him a call today, see if he doesn't want to sell that bike. And so that's exactly what I did. I gave him a call, and Lord and behold, he decided, you know what, I will sell it to you. It was at the maximum price that I could afford. But I got a really, really good smoking deal on this. Sean, if you're watching this, I can't thank you enough, buddy. You really made this middle-aged man happier than fat kid eating cake, I guess. You're still allowed to say that these days? Oh, well, just did. So basically, the bike was built in around 2005, 2006 by a shop out in Montreal, Quebec. The frame is a Rolling Thunder frame, and then the engine and drivetrain were all pulled out of a Harley Softail. And then it's got a few little aftermarket parts added to her besides that, but nothing too major for the most part. It's all Harley Davidson on a Rolling Thunder frame. Custom tank, custom fenders, stuff like that. But the bike handles really, really nice. Drives really, really well. I wasn't too sure about the height of the handlebars at first, but now that I've actually driven the bike, I kind of really like it. It fits my personality and my style really, really well. So I'm really excited about this one. Like I say, I'm going to be changing up a few things over time, kind of customizing it a little bit better off to my own. One thing is the seat positioning. I'm going to be pulling that up a little bit, so I have a little bit better reach on my controls and my foot pegs and stuff. But otherwise, the way that the bike sits right now, I can reach everything just about pretty well. I'm a little bit stretched out, but it's not too bad. I can ride the bike really, really good. So the engine is a Harley Davidson S&S engine, Super Sport engine. It's a 1450 cc, so loads of power, loads of torque. Transmission, like I say, it's also Harley Davidson. Besides that, I don't really know a whole much more about this bike just yet, other than I just really love the look of it, and it rides really, really nice. So it is a soft tail. It has a rear suspension, but it is kind of built like in a chopper style bike. You know, I don't know if we can really consider this a full-on chopper, because I don't know if anything was actually chopped on the frame, and normally choppers are hard tails. This is a soft tail, so I don't want to be a poser and say, I got a full-on chopper here, but it is a custom-built motorcycle. Harley Davidson engine, drivetrain. Really excited here. I've always wanted one of these my whole life. And coincidentally, the reason they call me Three-Toe Joe is because back in my younger years, I used to own motorcycles, and I used to really like the speed. So I used to drive my motorcycles at ridiculous speeds when I was younger. And that's basically what happened and how I became Three-Toe Joe. As I was going down the road one day, probably a little bit too fast. Regardless, there was a lady, she was driving in her car coming at me. She wasn't paying attention to the road. She ended up turning directly into me, caught me head on, and right into my left leg. I'm very lucky to be alive, let alone lucky to even still have my leg. But it did chop up my leg quite a bit, and I did end up losing a couple of toes over it. So that's basically how I got the nickname Three-Toe Joe. So if you were ever wondering, well, now you know how Joe became Three-Toe Joe. But you know what? With this bike here, I'm just going to be happy cruising along at regular, normal speeds. Just enjoying the sound of the engine, the wind in my face, I'd say in my hair, but I ain't got none of that left over the years. But yeah, you know what? I can't wait to show you guys some more of this bike here as time goes by. Show you guys some little things that I'm going to be doing it to customize it. Especially over this winter. I think what's going to be happening in the winter time once it's parked, I'm basically going to strip this bike down to bare frame. I'm going to go over it, make sure if there's any dings and stuff. I'm going to probably get the frame repainted and probably get the paint redone on the bike, because there are a few paint chips here and there, and I don't want it to rust out. And I did notice a couple little things where they use some kind of nasty looking bolts that are starting to rust and stuff like that. So I'm going to replace all those with something a lot nicer. And just overall, just go over the whole bike and kind of do everything to it. So right now, right now, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to probably be putting on a new dry belt on there. I'm going to be going over the fluids, changing all the fluids in it, putting new spark plugs in it, because really, to be honest with you, I don't know when the last time any of that's been done. And I would rather ride with a little bit more peace of mind, knowing that all the maintenance and everything's done on it, and that everything is good to go. But for now, I'm just going to ride her the way she is and enjoy her until I get a little bit more money to kind of do all those things. I already ordered a couple of tools, a belt tensioner gauge, and then I'm waiting on a nice little tool for setting the rear wheel alignment and stuff like that. So I'll probably make another video down the road just to kind of show what goes into that. I've been doing a lot of research, watching videos and stuff like that. And I feel pretty confident that it's something that's very easy to do once you have the proper tools. So very excited to get all that done. But just as she is right now, the bike runs and drives really, really good. If you want here, maybe we'll just give her a little quick startup and give you some of that Harley sound. How's that? Oh, we just pull the clutch here. Choke, I should say. Get her ready, and she actually starts up really nice and really easy. don't rev her up too much and stink up the garage. But no, the engine runs really nice, sounds really good. No complaints. Like I said, I got a really good deal on this. Thanks again, Sean. Love you, brother. Hopefully you'll get another bike one day and then we can go out riding together. But for now, this one's mine. All right, guys. So I ain't going to keep you too much longer. I just wanted to introduce you here to the new edition of Three Toe Customs because I'm very, very happy, very, very proud of being a brand new Harley Davidson owner here, and especially a bike that looks like this. I mean, hey, who wouldn't be, right? But hey, please go ahead, smash those subscribe and notification buttons if you ain't already done so. We'll be keeping you updated on where we're going with this bike here down the road, and also keep doing things for our Polaris Razor and our Ford F-150 that we're working on. I know I haven't been doing a lot of videos lately. Work's been really crazy, and I've just had a lot on the go, so I've decided to start getting into gardening here the past couple of years. So in the springtime, I'm just kind of outside doing a lot of yard work and stuff like that with my new house. But I do have some content coming. I do got some ideas going. We're going to be seeing some pretty cool stuff on this channel here coming up in the future. So please go ahead, smash those subscribe and notification buttons. It's going to go a really long way towards helping me build this channel here, guys. But for now, y'all ain't got to go home, but you can't stay here because I got lots of work to do. So we'll catch you on the flip side.